Good morning once again, everybody. It's TCF Live on a Tuesday. Good to have you all here. Let's change it up. I'm going to keep an eye on Judge McNally's court, but let's go to Kalkaska County, Michigan. This is Judge Mertz. And this is interesting because the defendant is appearing from space jail this morning.
People versus Griffith. This is file number 255101. Mr. Dennis, you can go right to the podium there. We're going to take care of one thing before we start yours. The record should reflect Mr. Griffith was present today by video from Wexford County Jail. If I could have both counsel put their appearances on.
I am Ziegler of that for your honor.
Good morning. Thank you, Honor Ravi Gurumurthy. I'm appearing on behalf of Mr. Griffith.
All right, this is set for a final status conference today. We do have trial set to begin in this matter on February 18th. This is also the plea cutoff. So this is the last date to enter into any plea agreement prior to trial. Mr. Gurumurthy, have you been able to discuss that with your client?
I have, Your Honor, and we've had some extensive discussions. I've had some extensive plea negotiations with Mr. Ziegler's office. We've reached a resolution. My understanding is Mr. Griffith would enter a plea of no contest to 6 counts of felonious assault. The remaining 9 counts in the felony information would be dismissed. There is no sentencing agreement, Judge.
Okay, and what would be the reason for the no contest plea?
A potential civil liability, Judge, and Mr. Ziegler and I did previously email Ms. O'Rourke at your office a copy of the transcript of the preliminary exam that establishes factual basis for the no contest plea for those 6 counts of felonious assault.
All right, thank you. Mr. Ziegler, is that a correct statement of the plea offer in this case?
It is, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Griffith, were you able to hear all of that?
Yes, Your Honor.
And have you had an adequate opportunity to speak with your attorney about this plea agreement?
I have, Your Honor.
And is that how you wanted to proceed today?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, can you raise your right hand, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Thank you. Mr. Griffith, are you currently on any kind of probation or parole?
No, Your Honor.
All right, and you understand that for each count of felonious assault, that the maximum possible penalty you could face would be up to life. I'm sorry.
4 years and or $2,000, Your Honor, for felonious assault.
4 years. Sorry.
That's correct, Judge. It's 4 years and a $2,000 maximum on the 4-year count.
Okay, so Mr. Griffith, you understand that that is the maximum possible penalty for each of those counts?
Yes, Your Honor.
With that maximum possible is there any, Mr. Gurumurthy or Mr. Ziegler, are either of you aware of any potential consecutive sentencing sanctions in this case?
I am not, Your Honor.
And neither am I, Judge. There should be no consecutive sanctions in this case.
Okay. So, Mr. Griffith, with that maximum possible penalty in mind as to each of those charges, what is your plea here today?
No contest, Your Honor.
All right. Right now you have certain rights, Mr. Griffith. I'm going to go through those rights with you here on the record. You have the right to have a trial. You have the right to be tried by a jury. You have the right to be presumed innocent until proven guilty. You have the right to have the prosecutor prove beyond a reasonable doubt that you are guilty. You have the right to have any witnesses against you appear at trial and to question those witnesses. You have the right to have the court order any witnesses on your behalf appear at trial. You have the right to remain silent during a trial and to not have that silence used against you, and the right to testify at a trial yourself if you wanted. You understand that you have all those rights?
I do, Your Honor.
And you understand that you're going to be giving up and waiving all of those rights by pleading no contest, and you won't have those rights anymore, including that right to have a trial.
Yes, Your Honor.
Also, you don't have an automatic right to appeal the plea that you're making here today. You can only do that by leave, and that means that you would have to ask for the Court of Appeals to hear your case They could say no, and that would be the end of that appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Has anyone threatened you with anything to get you to plead no contest?
No, Your Honor.
Has anyone promised you anything other than what we've said here on the record today?
No, Your Honor.
And is it your own free choice to enter this plea?
Yes, it is.
All right, so based on the stipulation of the parties and the stated reason of the potential civil liability, given the nature of the charges in this case, the court finds that that's an adequate basis to accept a no contest plea. I also did receive, as indicated by Mr. Germer, the transcript electronically. I had a chance to review that transcript prior to the hearing today. Mr. Ziegler, have you reviewed that transcript?
I have, Your Honor.
Would you agree that the testimony contained within that would establish a factual basis for 6 counts in this case?
I do.
Mr. Germerthy, have you done the same?
Yes, sir.
Would you agree as well?
And I would.
All right. Mr. Ziegler, are the people aware of any threats, promises, or inducements other than what's been placed on the record?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Germerthy, are you?
No.
And Mr. Ziegler, are the people satisfied that the court has complied with statute and court rule in the taking of this no contest plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Germerthy?
I concur.
Thank you. Mr. Griffith, the court finds that your plea is knowing and voluntary. I'm satisfied based on my review of the transcript as well as the stipulation of the lawyers that there is testimony in that transcript that would establish a factual basis for a finding that you are guilty of 6 counts. The court will accept your no contest plea as to all 6. We will set this matter for a sentencing hearing. You'll be notified of the date and time of that hearing. Between now and then, you'll be contacted by the probation department for a pre-sentence investigation. Once they prepare that report, you'll have an opportunity to go through that with your attorney, and then we'll set this for a sentencing hearing. Do you have any questions about how we're going to proceed with your case?
No, Your Honor.
And then finally, the court will adjourn. The trial date's currently set for February 18th through the 20th in light of the plea here today. Mr. Germerthy, anything further on your client's behalf?
Two things, Judge. One, I would like to be present at the pre-sentence interview with my client. I know Ms. Wagner and Ms. Welkeron, so I know one of them will reach out to me to schedule that, but I wanted to just inform them that I'd like to be present. Second is, Judge, I'd like to argue bond on behalf of my client. Bond with the original charges, understanding that that's what he was charged with, was set, I believe, at about $8 million. Mr. Griffith has been cooperative. He has accepted a plea to the felonious assault. I would ask that bond be modified accordingly. Mr. Griffith has no prior criminal record. I've been in contact with Mr. Griffith's wife, who lives in Kalkaska County. He has 2 minor children. I think one is 2.5 and one is about 6 months old. Mr. Griffith is not a flight risk. His property is in Kalkaska County. He is a resident of Kalkaska County, has local ties to the community through friends and other individuals through his homestead. Certainly, Mr. Griffith is not opposed to being on any sort of GPS monitoring or tether. He would abide with the no contact orders that the court would impose. There is no concern of drugs or alcohol with Mr. Griffith, but certainly if the court requires Mr. Griffith to comply with any pretrial services, he would do so as well. I would argue that in this matter, that the bond be set at $20,000, 10% to secure Mr. Griffith's appearance at sentencing. And Mr. Griffith is going to appear at sentencing. I have no issues with him being a flight risk, Judge.
Mr. Ziegler?
Your Honor, I think regardless of whether the plea is to the 9 felony counts that were initially charged, or the 6 felony counts that he's pled to, it's clear that this is a serious offense. It's an offense that involves endangerment of the public and of the victims particularly. I do agree that a bond of $8 million cash or surety probably would not have been warranted had we started with just counts of felonious assault, but that's not how this case has developed. I believe, and the guidelines are always subject to the court's approval, but my belief is that the guidelines for the felonious assaults are going to be 5 to 23. It's very likely that Mr. Griffith will still have to do some additional time, depending on what the court sentence is, obviously. And so I don't think that a modification of bond at this time is warranted.
All right, thank you. Mr. Griffith, there's a number of things that the court has to take into consideration when it comes to the amount and conditions of bond. Number one, I think there's been a plea in this case, so we're no longer in a pre-trial type posture here. Mr. Griffith has pled guilty. So it's no longer a question of guilt or innocence in this case. I mean, he's pled no contest, but he's accepting responsibility for these crimes. So I don't find that Mr. Griffith would be entitled to pretrial release at this time regardless. But the court finds that given the nature of these crimes, which are assaultive, there are numerous offenses here that Mr. Griffith's pled no contest to, regardless of amounts or conditions. The court finds that it would be in the interest of public safety to have bond remain where it is pending a sentencing hearing in this case. The court also agrees with Mr. Ziegler in terms of a potential sentence. If those are the guidelines, it's likely that Mr. Griffith is just going to continue to accrue credit for a sentence that he would ultimately be required to serve. So for all those reasons, the court finds that bond should be, the motion for modification of the bond should be denied. The bond will remain as set. And again, we'll set this matter for a sentencing hearing at the court's next available date. So aside from that, Mr. Gurmurthy, that sentencing hearing will be in person. So I'm going to request Mr. Griffith will obviously be brought here. I'm going to request that you're present here for the sentencing hearing as well, in case he has questions or needs to go through things with you. That'll be easier to do if you're here.
Yes, sir.
In light of the original information, Mr. Ziegler, and the plea agreement here, I am going to ask that you prepare an amended information with the new counts added to that, so that just given the nature and the number of charges here, I think it'll be cleaner for the file as opposed to trying to just do that for the record. Can you get that filed with the clerk's office today?
I believe so.
Okay. Mr. Ziegler, anything further from your standpoint?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Gurmurthy, anything further today?
No, sir. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Thank you. That's all for this hearing today.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay, a thank you to Austin for finding this. I'll read it for those of you who haven't seen it in the chat. He found context for us that explains an $8 million bond and explains why they put this guy up in space jail. On Labor Day 2025, Griffith allegedly fired approximately 25 to 30 rounds from a firearm at a group of 8 off-road vehicle riders passing by his property. As Great Granny put it, a mass unaliving attempt. So, some serious stuff. So thank you, Austin, for finding that and providing us some context. It makes all sorts of sense now as to why he's up in space jail. They want him as far away as can be. Hey, thanks for watching this clip from TCF Live. If you enjoyed it, please leave a comment, like, and subscribe if you haven't already. And you can join us weekdays live, 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 a.m. Pacific, right here on this channel.